Talisman grinding in Monster Hunter Rise is literally the worst. All of you watching this video right now know what I'm talking about. Putting in hours of gameplay, farming monsters and putting crap in the melder, hoping to get a god roll talisman, only to get just completely worthless talismans that you don't even know what to do with. In fact, you get so many crap talismans that you get too many to even just remeld. It's gotten to a point to where me and most of my community are kind of just over playing Monster Hunter Rise at this point until the next update, which is 3.0 as of this video. Because if you've made every weapon, you've done every build, and just put hundreds of hours into this game already, you're kind of out of things to do aside from talisman farming, and the talisman system is just so unrewarding with how ridiculous the odds are of getting just a half-decent talisman. As of right now, my best talisman, DPS-wise, is probably, I'd have to say, hold on, let's see, what do we got? My best talisman would probably be this. 2 crit eye and a level 3 slot. And the sad thing is, unless you have 4 DPS skills, or essentially like 2 skills and 2 slots, or 3 skills and a 2 slot, or whatever. Basically, you need at least 4 of a DPS skill to make any difference whatsoever in a build. So even though I have this really, really good talisman, it's really not going to make a difference at all in any of my builds. I've tried it out, it doesn't really change much. I even had this for the longest time, and having a 3 crit eye talisman didn't do much either. You literally need to have at least 4, 5, or 6 of a DPS skill to actually make a build like drastically different. And that's not just going to happen unless you win the Monster Hunter Rise lottery. It's not. Now, granted, you can have lots of talismans that have like really good comfy skills. You know, I got plenty of talismans that. Dude, why do I not know how to use a Switch controller right now? I have plenty of talismans that have just comfy skills, like a quick sheath. Plenty of like quick sheath talismans, so like if I'm doing longsword, I'm pretty much set. But for like any other build, if I want to add extra DPS, it's like whatever. Like I just throw on any talisman because it literally doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter unless you have a crazy talisman that gives you just a silly amount of DPS skills, and you're just not gonna get that in any traditional way. I bet that when this game comes out on PC, most people are just gonna completely forego the talisman grind and just mod in talismans that they want, because it is practically impossible to get anything that is just half decent, you know, in terms of like just pure DPS. It really is. But there is a solution, and there are so many games that kind of like work around this problem that Monster Hunter Rise has, and it's so bizarre to see Capcom not follow suit, especially since they borrowed the Switch scale system directly from this game I'm going to reference, and let me show you right here. This right here is the tempering system for Nioh 2. Nioh 2 is an action RPG that came out last year, and came out also this year on PC. It's one of my favorite games of all time. A tempering system is not something I messed around with, but in Nioh 2, you get a crap ton of loot, a crap ton of useless loot, and a crap ton of nearly god roll loot. And what we see here on the left side is a weapon and the various skills it has. Now, each one of these skills, I can re-roll. at the cost of currency. And depending on the currency I use determines on like the tier of skill. The tier of the skill I'm able to add on to the weapon. I can do this as many times as I want, as long as I have the currency. And every skill that I switch, and it gives me a new set of here to pick from. I just keep swapping them out. Just until I run out of currency, until I have the exact thing that I want. Some of these currencies, the Umbracide is pretty rare to farm. As you can see, I have like a very few amount of some of them. I don't even have the final Umbracide thing, or like the super upgrades. I haven't really gotten that far in that game because I suck. But the point is, something as simple as being able to reroll skills on gear makes the loot grind in Nioh 2 so much more bearable and more interesting, being able to customize your weapons. Now, I'm not saying that Monster Hunter Rise should just copy the system beat for beat, but just being able to reroll one skill for like a rare material, say, I don't know, farm rampages for this super rare material that you can use to reroll talismans, reroll a skill, get a shot to roll a 2 or 3 slot up on the talisman. It could make a huge difference, you know? But it would, most of all, it would make it to where there would be something else to do besides farming for talismans. Because as of right now, it's just do whatever hunt, put crap in the melder, hope you get a good talisman. That's it. That is the end game gameplay loop for Monster Hunter Rise. That is it. So with this little change, you can make it to where hunters could farm for specific materials to get to reroll specific things and have higher odds and this and that. And it would make talismans so much more interesting, you know? Just to prove a point, I already know that I'm gonna get crap from these talismans right here. Watch. This is live, even though it's YouTube. This is live. You're gonna see absolutely crap. Without a doubt. Slugger and ballistics? I don't know. I don't use bowgun. It's crap. I can't use this. It looks good, but it's not really good. It's not. I promise you. It looks interesting. But as you can see, I don't have anything useful here whatsoever. This is okay. 2 power points? Okay. That one's okay. But as you can see, 3 stamina thief. God, I'm really like, yeah, okay. This is mostly crap. As you can see, I can't use any of this. It's gonna get melded back into more talismans. But the point is, this is just an easy fix. Maybe not an easy fix, honestly, because it's a complex system of like re-rolling and blah blah blah, and farming different mats and this and that. But it would make this grind so much more bearable and make it to where you wouldn't feel like you just wasted the last 2 hours of your life farming. Either way, I've been frustrated with talisman farming for the last couple months, as many of you have, and I'm hoping that in 3.0 something changes to make this grind a lot more bearable. And if not, I don't see Monster Hunter Rise lasting as long as World, sadly. I really hope it does, but I don't want to get my expectations and hopes too high. If you feel the same way as me, leave a like, leave a comment. You can subscribe if you want. Come bully me on Twitch if you want. Twitch channel is same as my YouTube. Follow me there. Appreciate it if you stop by and said hi. I'll see you guys for 3.0. This is the last video until then. Till next time, good night and good luck.